Hello everyone, welcome back to the Final Fantasy XIV experiment. I'm here with Sonja Side Sash today to continue our side quest journey. I am very excited, as you can see by me tripping over my words, but mostly excited because there is an onion boy behind me. Now, onions have a very special place in my heart, as you can tell, as you are currently watching the Onion Pope on YouTube. But let's get into it. Last we left off, we had just talked to Hammond for our level 15 job quest, and we found out that he is going out of style, if you will. But for right now, we have 2 job quests in Central Thanalin. So we have to continue that line there. So we are going to Blackbrush Station to continue our quest line. Alright, I'm going to respawn the map. It looks like both of our turn-ins are at Lost Hope, which is the camp a little ways away. Always good to get a little walk in the nice weather. I just played the Egg Day event on Dilly, and it's in Gridania, so it was raining like crazy, so being in Thanalin is so nice. And I got a Discord notification anyway. I shut off my Discord notifications because someone was having a communication bomb, if you will, in our Court of La 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 server. If anyone hasn't heard of it, we do a Lalafell courthouse. It's open to everyone, but most of us are Lalas, so we call it Lalafell courthouse on Tuesdays. And there is a case coming up, and the people are chattering about it, which is very exciting, but I had to mute it. Okay, so we are now at Lost Hope. Let's turn in Amelberga's quest. It was so unbearable having to watch from the shadows while the bandits sold those precious gemstones. Turn that in. The Nasha site. Excellent work, adventurer. You've dealt the bandits a crippling blow. And finally, after being consigned to this shantytown for moons, a chance to improve the plight of the people, of course. Yes, improve their plight. I shall put the Nasha site to good use. Don't worry. And it looks like neither of these are an improvement for me, so I'm going to take bronze pieces. And then let's see what Blavis has. I must have 2 vials of gigantode secretions from the liver of a toxic toad. Please, my friend doesn't have much time left. Oh, bless you. You're not a moment too soon. After some light preparation, I'll be able to give this to my friend. He's always had a weak heart. Were he rich, he could take the meals and reagents he needs, and we would have no need for such foulness as the bile of toads. Hope is not all that is lost to us here. Gil and good health are scarce, as well. A necessary evil in a nation such as Ul'dah, I suppose. The few at the top feast and flourish, while the many at the bottom starve and suffer. Ooh, and we have some nice boots that'll be helpful to us in our quests. Fantastic. Put these lovely boots on. They're a little shapeless, but that's alright. We're making progress in our outfits. Now, let me look. I don't see any other side quests on the map, so I am going to pick up the MSQ from Leofric. I thought I told you to get out of here. What, looking for a chance to do some good? I guess I can't force you to leave. Stubborn adventurers, a lot of you. Fine, listen well. A band of outlaws has taken up residence at the Quiveroon Manse on the ridge to the south. Their leader has styled himself heir to Eoland Quiveron, the syndicate member who died in the calamity. Kapoo. I don't know how to make a spit noise. The Baron and his cronies are not more than a pack of jackals. They prey on the people of Lost Hope, robbing them of what little they have. I myself cannot act without endangering the refugees, as they know my face and will retaliate against Little Hope. Have I said Little Hope the whole time? I hope not. I mean Lost Hope. Little Hope is a game from a few years ago, maybe 2021, in the Dark Pictures anthology series, with Will Poulter. He's in that game. Sorry, I myself cannot act without endangering the refugees, as they know my face and will retaliate against Lost Hope. You, however, are not known to the bandits or their allies. If you wish to help us, then deal with the Baron. There is no us. That's another line from Little Hope. Spoilers for Little Hope, I guess. It's a horror game, in case anybody... Whatever. Okay, put a timestamp here, future me, for not talking about spoilers. But at the end of the game, you find out that that Andrew, the main character, is hallucinating his family members as his classmates, and he's kind of created a purgatory, almost a Silent Hill for himself in Little Hope. And so, there is, like, one other guy in Little Hope as the city as it is at the moment, and Andrew comes up, and in his, view, he's surrounded by his friends and whatever, and he keeps telling this guy at the bar, us, we need this, it'll really help us. And at the time, the guy at the bar seems really disconnected, and he says, "There is no us." And you're like, what a weird line to say, but
yeah.
Anything.
If we're both alcoholics, I'm not gonna shame another alcoholic.
Greatly appreciated. There's no goddamn us.
Then there's like a flashback later on, and come to find out, that there was no us after all, because it was just Andrew talking to this guy at the bar. It wasn't any type of big group or anything. Okay, I have to stop it here before I continue progressing, so I can put the timestamp for no more spoilers. Sorry to anyone. Okay. Spoilers are over for Little Hope. I do recommend it. It's a solid horror game, and it's very short. And I believe because it's so short, they did reduce the price on it as well. Baron von Quiveron III, Esquire. That's adorable. Alright. Got him. And now we report back to Leofric. So, more running. I won't talk this time, that way you don't have to watch me run all the way across the sands. So it is done? Good. I hope that wretch died screaming. Ul'dah is more prosperous than ever, some say. That may be true for the Syndicate, but none of that wealth has trickled down to the small folk. It's all a mummer's farce. One day I refused to play my part, and so I was made to leave the stage. Aye, my time has passed. The brass blades of the rose must look to others for guidance. Alright, I'll take the bronze pieces. That's nothing's an improvement. Ooh! I've hit level 18. I learned the action Twin Snakes, which delivers an attack with a potency of 340, which is in raptor form. So it looks like I need to move it so it's like this, and then... So I've rearranged my bar. Let's get into the Pugilist Beast Chakra. The actions Twin Snakes, Demolish, acquired at level 30, and Dragon Kick, acquired at level 50, will grant stacks of Oppo Fury, Raptor Fury, or Curl Fury. The Fury granted is commensurate with the form required for their execution. Other weapon skills that require these forms will consume stacks of Fury to deal increased damage. The Chakra gauge indicates the number of chakra currently open. Opening 5 allows for the execution of Steel Peak. You can view the job gauge description at any time from the Actions and Traits menu. Okay, so this opens a chakra. I don't know what that means. I'm going to put it up here, I guess, for right now, and we'll see how that goes. And then I think these are in the right order, but we might move them later. Alright, Leofric, what do we have next? He would like me to deliver an item to Horizon. As you may have noticed, I'm in no shape to leave Lost Hope right now, so in my stead I'd like you to return to Horizon and give this dagger to Fufulupa. Although it's just an old ornamental dagger, it belongs with the brass blades of the rose. It should be given to the boy before I came here. Okay, we are going back to Horizon. I might be lazy and just teleport there. I do have enough gil for that. So, boop. Nice. I am back in Horizon. Let's go turn this into Fufulupa. He is so precious. Ah, Sonja! I received word from Captain Leofric the other day. Thank you for delivering the letter for me. Why do you have that dagger? Only a captain of the Brass Blades of the Rose is permitted to possess it. Captain Leofric says I'm to have it? There must be some mistake. He couldn't possibly mean to tell me that... No, of course not. I'm not worthy to wield it. Nevertheless, I'll respect the captain's wishes and take the dagger into safekeeping until, he comes to reclaim it. Okay, Fufulupa. He needs me to assist his fellow Brass Blades. The Brass Blades of the Rose have need of your assistance once more, Sonja. Thaumaturges from the ossuary are presently... I can read. I read so well. Thaumaturges from the ossuary are presently... Oh my god. Try that a third time. Thaumaturges from the ossuary are presently surveying the Footfalls for ancient relics. As the area is rife with wild beasts, the Horizon garrison has been charged with their security, but Captain Baldwin sent only a handful of brass blades. Despite his assurances to the contrary, such a small unit cannot possibly be sufficient to protect our patrons. I would have you offer assistance to comrades. Pray travel to the Footfalls and speak with Todoruna. Alright, we are progressing toward the ultimate return to area where we do have side quests available. Look at all that. Look at all that. We're going to be doing stuff over there for a while. I think I said this in a previous video, maybe the last Sonja video, but I love the Footfalls. It is just so pretty in here. Oh, there's Todoruna. A bleeding venturer come to help. I ain't heard nothing from Captain Baldwin about this. He said trusted men only. Any road, we got this under control, and besides, this operation ain't got nothing to do with Fufulupa. Boy's got a stick up his ass the size of a sabot tender. It's no wonder the captain told him to stay at Horizon. Now, I don't need that shield, so I'm going to take the bronze pieces. And we've got a side quest! Okay, it's side quest time. Since you're here, might as well make yourself useful. The Orobon swimming around the site are disrupting the Thaumaturge's work, which means we gotta slaughter the lot of them. You can help us by culling 6 of the beasts. Let me know when you've finished. Okay, then I'm going to head down here and pick these 2 up as well. Oh, a boss fate. I probably can actually do this one, depending on the aggro of these arbor buzzards. Yep. Oh, cool. Yeah, the inconvenient thing about this is that I do have to continue to get aggro from the ads, and they're not even ads to the fate, they're just like present at the spawn location. Because once you sync to the level of the fate, so I sank down to 18 to go to the 13. Oh, I may not have even had to level sync, but once you level sync down, everything's gonna aggro to you anyway, because the surrounding stuff aggroes to anything within 11 levels of itself. But it's all about placement, so I've been lucky enough to only have 2 of those arbor buzzards really bother me, which is really nice. Then I just did that boss fate, all on my lonesome. Bubble Trouble, I got a gold medal, 1320 in experience, and 26 skill. Let's see the side quests we have waiting for us here. Edeline. Have you some time to spare an old fishwife, friend? I've nets what need tendin', you can probably tell. These nets you see hanging here are used to haul in fish. Problem is, in the doing, they dredge up all manner of junk from the sea bottom. I'd be grateful if you'd pick any debris from 'em you might find. Did I say debris? I promise I can read. What's happening to me today? I said debris. Little hope, debris. I'm struggling. Let's talk to Edeline again. Thank you, dear. That's one less chore what needs seeing to. I tell you, it's no easy thing being a fishwife, when not mending nets and patching sails and Brandolin Lane for still waters and a hearty haul. Still, I wouldn't trade all the hard work for anything. Ooh, and I can get this nice harness. I will take that gear. You put that on, because that's going to be nice for us. Ooh, I kind of look like a baddie in this. Oh, why am I doing it in the menu? I kind of look like a baddie in this. I like this top. Good for her. All right, Osmond. Let's see what we have. Ugh, what a pain in the butt. Who do those low mincins think they are anyway? Just look at all this, would you? A merchant from Limsa Low Minsa dumped this junk when he shipped out. Claimed it wasn't fit for selling, so he just dup and left it. Barbarians! What passes for etiquette across the Strait of Merlthor? Don't suppose I could ask you to clean up the rest for me, eh? Please? I've picked up so much junk already, the mere fair sight of it makes me gag. Decaying vegetables, a splintered crate. Wow, there's a bunch of just garbage. He was right. A bottomless toolbox. Maybe you could turn that into a fish trap at least. It's not anything too crazy. I thought that said Merida. I was like, they predicted Brave. An empty decanter. A holy cup. Do you remember Fred Weasley in when he gets like shot in the ear, or loses his ear, and he says, I'm holy, George." Okay, moth-eaten sack. Decaying vegetables again. And let's put all your vegetables in the same pile. Jeez. And we are to tell the guy we picked up all of his garbage. Thank you, friend. Seeing this place clean again does my spirit good. Though I suppose some other Low-Mincin merchant will be by before long and leave more filth behind. I hate my life. Jeez. At least we got some pants from him. My goodness. Hope everything's okay with you, Osmond. Oh, I do look cool, though. Alright, let's slay some Orobon. And then we will run into Vesper Bay area and pick up those side quests after we get the Orobon taken care of. So I got a 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4 is what I believe is happening there. Much obliged, Venture. 6 fewer Orobon to pester our guests. Truth be told, the thaumaturges could have brought their own escort from the city, but seeing as they wanted to take a gander at ruins this close to Horizon, the officers reckoned we'd be held responsible for any incidents regardless. So here we are. It ain't much to work, but we've still got to stay on guard. If an Orobon so much as nibbles on one of their toes, we'd be liable to lose all of ours. Ooh, nice. Hit level 19. That's pretty awesome. Let's run all the way into Vesper Bay and start picking up those side quests before we continue our MSQ journey. The bummer, like, I understand why we've got like 1 Aetheryte and it's at Horizon, but what they should have done is down here near Ul'dah, they should have had an Aetheryte so that you could get down south to the Silver Bazaar with it, and then you could get up to Horizon with it, and then they should have actually put the Aetheryte here at Vesper Bay, given how often we return to Vesper Bay for the quest line, as you'll see later on. I know it adds like another Aetheryte. Maybe they had an allowance for the amount that they could have in the areas. But like, for example, there's one at Little Alamigo and one in the Sagoli Desert. So I think that in Southern Thanalin is what I'm talking about. So I think having 2 here would really make the area benefit. Alright, let me activate this Chocobo Porter. And then let's see what side quests we have. Looks like Color Your World from Svergheim. Oh, 2 here. Let's get Dying unlocked. You there! Yes, you! The decisively unfashionable adventurer! Gods be good, never in my life have I seen such unapologetic focus on function at extreme cost of form. The mere sight of you fair makes my eyes bleed. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged through the use of color. I'll teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat has given me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would you? Once I've moistened my throat, we shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. Let's get the glamour one as well. Oh, dear, 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 this will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? My dear, if only you'd spare a thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during a scuffle, because there's little else going for it. That's it. I've made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see. So much that needs to be addressed. Where to even begin? Be a dear and get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this is a matter best discussed over a glass of something cold. Just go to the Pissed Pest and ask for Falkland. I'll have some blood orange juice. And tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now, off you go. So down here, I believe the merchant has orange juice that we can purchase for her. Under purchase items, as it's an ingredient, and right there you'll see orange juice. It's just 7 gil, so I bought one of those. So now I can deliver that bottle of orange juice to her. Pray tell, have you brought my orange juice? Lest you've forgotten, the merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. Phew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folk to dye their outfits a veritable rainbow of colors. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer for the change in appearance, a change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there is no fear of getting locked into one color. That garish pink that seemed like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. That's all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color into your life. So we got rose pink, bone white, and ice blue dye, and the ability to dye gear. You are now able to dye items. To dye a piece of gear, you must first have the proper colorant. Colorant can be crafted or purchased in stores. Once you have the proper colorant, dyeing an item is as easy as selecting the dye icon from the Actions and Traits interface. There's no limit as to how many times an item can be dyed. Dye can also be removed by using an item called Terebinth. It should be noted, however, that certain items require the completion of quests before they can be dyed. If you wish to paint a housing fixture or furnishing, you can do so by selecting Furnishing Color by accessing Housing within the Social menu. Alternatively, furnishings can also be painted when selected from the inventory. Alright, there's Falkland. Oh, Swergum sent you, did she? That woman, I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an ilm and she'll take a malm. Okay, let's turn this into her. So, how's that drink coming along? Oh, delicious! Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe, too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours. What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project an image of one item onto another. It's just an illusion mind, but very convincing. This means the original object stays essentially the same. It just takes on a new appearance, that's all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another one on top or use a glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expression are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try, and do make it quick, dear, for my sake. I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. So we got 12 glamour prisms, a green beret, the ability to cast glamour, and glamour plates. So the glamour system is absolutely fantastic. I do wish there was a little bit more space in the glamour system, which I can talk about later, but it's still very nice. Glamour dressers in in-rooms are now available. You may use dressers to transform items into glamours and create ensembles for quick and easy use. Glamours allow you to alter the appearance of equipment through the use of illusory magics. To change the appearance of an item, highlight it and select Cast Glamour from the subcommands. The illusion will take effect even if the projected gear differs from the class or level of the base equipment. Casting glamours requires catalysts known as glamour prisms. Separate catalysts known as glamour dispellers can return glamoured items to their original appearance. Glamoured items cannot be sold or traded. Furthermore, the item lending its likeness will become bound to you. With these conditions in mind, by using glamours, you can always look and perform your best. Is your inventory cluttered with gear you only wear on special occasions? Are glamour prisms causing you headaches? Glamour dressers have been added to in-rooms across the realm to make applying and managing glamoured gear simpler and more intuitive. Start by adding gear to any glamour dresser where it's instantly transformed into a glamour. Next, use glamour plates to create full sets of glamoured attire which can be applied to your character all at once. So that is the best way if you're going to make a glamour. Even if you say, like, hate these gloves and you just want to change the gloves, I would still use a glamour plate in order to do that. It's just more efficient that way, and the dyes aren't permanent and things like that. Let's see what Tanta Fu has to say. Well, this is a pretty kettle of fish. You'd think a Rogadin would be too damn big to get seasick. Oh, adventure! Yes, you there. Looking for work, perchance? My name's Tatafu. I'm a merchant just back from Limsalomans, and I'm in a spot of trouble. Hired this big lug to make deliveries, but what I got instead are a couple of chum pails badly in need of emptying. Can't let that stop me, though. Not a lie, the fisher out in Crescent Cove needs what I've got. And though this upchucking isn't good... Whoa. What? And though this upchucking good for nothing will be up and about by tomorrow, not a lie isn't like to stand the wait. Alright, just need to deliver these sacks to Crescent Cove, which is down here. And then the rest of these are locked at level 50, level 35, and then this level 15 quest is locked to being a Disciple of the Hand or Land. Rather, just Disciple of the Hand, so that is stuff like Armorer, Leatherworker, Blacksmith, Goldsmith, things that aren't battle jobs. They're more for crafting. Here's the non-allow. Should be, but isn't. Ah! You got my delivery! You got it! This sack's got some heft to it, it sure does, and it should too, being full of soil. What will I do with the soil? Put it on the ground, that's what. The literal bag you gave me is filled with seeds. It's time for some farming. Calamity's done made the fish stay away from these waters, so if we don't farm, we don't eat. But there I go running my mouth and you're forgetting the business. Got the gale for Tatafu right here. Tell her I'm much obliged. Gotta run all the way back to Vesper Bay. Swiftly done. Was the fisher satisfied with his bits of land? Ah, the payment, is it? I guess he was satisfied. Thank you. Let's see here. Yan, Tan, Tether. That's everything. Can't rightly say I feel easy in my mind about this. Fishers have little enough gill as it is without squandering it on Lenosian dirt. Though what do I know, eh? The farmer in Limsa I got it from said it'll give the cove's thin soil the boost it needs. So hey, maybe at least they'll have a fighting chance. Gotta have hope, right? Here, that's some leftover seeds for you. If you come into a bit of land in one of those adventurer districts, go on and set up a vegetable patch or two. And I got Lenosian orange seeds and lowland grape seeds. Very nice. And now I can go pick up the next part of the MSQ. Level 13, Storms on the Horizon. Here we go, Storms on the Horizon with Nunu's Zofu. I love Lalafels. Hey, adventurer. Mind running a message to Crescent Cove for us? Captain Baldwin's planning some festivities for the thaumaturges, see, and he wants them treated to the finest food and drink. Nothing but the best for our distinguished guests, eh? Head west and south to the village and tell Wrath that he's to deliver a bounty of fresh fish to Horizon for the feast. So that is down at Crescent Cove, where I just came from, so that's not too far away. Fresh fish for Captain Baldwin? Of course, we'll do our best, madam. Unfortunately, we've had a poor catch in the recent days on account of the rough seas. More boats should be returning soon, but I can't promise that their catch will please. But don't worry, milady, the captain will have his fish, I swear it. And I get to look at these hard leather himantes. An item comparison? Oh, that's what I have right now. Okay, so then I'm just going to take the bronze pieces. I do see Merchant and Mender here. I'm going to try to repair my gear. Everything is in pretty good condition, but let me do that anyway. So it costs 21 gil to repair everything in my inventory, and it goes through piece by piece. I don't know if I've repaired something yet on the videos, so it's pretty easy. Anybody that's labeled Mender can repair your gear, and other players can also repair your gear. I would usually, out of courtesy, send somebody a tell and be like, hey, are you willing to repair my gear? And then they'll tell you yes or no, and then you can right click on them, and a menu will pop up and you can request a repair. Let's see what Marilda says. You're an adventurer, are you not? I know this is sudden, but I have no one else to turn to. Last night, a gang of bandits from the Quiveron Manse were in their cups, and I overheard them discussing their plans. It seems they've come to collect gemstones stolen from the Copperbell mines. Nashicite, I think I heard one say. They are to meet with their co-conspirators soon at the Footfalls. What'd you say? Come from? Was he just like... He was holding on to my leg the whole time. Illicit exchanges and shadowy dealings. The brass blades cannot abide such malfeasance. Forgive my eavesdropping, Sonja. I came to Crescent Cove merely to thank you in person. I never imagined I'd uncover a criminal conspiracy right outside Horizon's gates. We must act quickly if we're to apprehend these thieves. I'll notify Captain Baldwin at once. No, wait! You mustn't... Oh, gods. You must stop him before it's too late. Captain Baldwin himself is working with the bandits. Oh no, Fufulupa! We have to go quick, Sonja. We have to rescue our little buddy. Oh no. Run! Poor Fufulupa. He's just trying to do his job and everything's falling apart around him. I can see it from here. An instance with Baldwin. Let's do this thing. Duty calls. Commence battle for Oh Captain, My Captain. We did level sync to 18. We are currently level 19, so it brought us down just one level. Captain Baldwin, sir, I've discovered something shocking, something horrible. Someone's been stealing gemstones from Copperbell mines and... Wait, those gauntlets, those boots, why, you're one of Quiveron's men. Sir, that man is a thief and a scoundrel. And what of it? His coin's good, and that's what counts. What? Captain Baldwin, are you working with these men? It cannot be. I told you to stay in Horizon, Fufulupa. It didn't have to be like this. They'd get their Nashicite, I'd get my gil, and none would be the wiser. But sir, what if your crimes are uncovered? What if Lord Lolorito finds out? You fool, don't you see? I'm acting under the authority of Lolorito himself. No, that can't be true. Why do you think people join the Brass Blades, Fufulupa? To serve and protect? We're not the bloody flames here. We do this for the coin. You there, adventurer. Do you remember me? Well, I remember you. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, French people. Dakota Sue, I'm so sorry. I am Sir Baron... Sir Baron von Quiveron IV, Esquire. You killed my brother, and now I'm going to return the favor. Well, that settles it. It's clearly in everyone's best interest that both of you die. No big. Let's get Quiveron. Oh, did we both go for Quiveron first? Okay, fine. It's time. Oh my gosh, you stay away from Fufulupa. I hate this. He's so mean. that was a pretty easy instance, but I'm glad I got to fight alongside Fufulupa. That's enough, Baldwin! Your partner is dead and your plans are undone. You've no reason left to fight. You stay out of this, Leofric. I don't take orders from you. I may have spared your life before, but if you interfere, I will not show you mercy. And what will he show you, I wonder? You, who have done so much in another man's name. What are you blathering on about? Every fisherman in Crescent Cove knew about your meeting, you arrogant fool. Quiveron's men couldn't keep their mouths shut. Imagine Lord Lolorito's surprise when he learned that a rank-and-file brass blade was using his name to advance a personal agenda. He knows? 7 Hills. But I'm a captain. He wouldn't. I was once a captain too, remember? And we both know what happened to me. Well fought, boy. You've done the brass blades of the Rose proud. Captain Leofric, Captain Baldwin, he said that Lord Lolorito... Lord Lolorito wouldn't waste his time on a small-scale smuggling operation. This is all Baldwin's doing. What else did he say? That all our brethren are no better, and that each and every one cares for naught but coin? Ha! Mere excuses to justify his schemes. Aye, we've no shortage of greedy sods, some who'd probably sell their own mothers into slavery if the price was right, but there are men like you, Fufulupa, men good and true, who the small folk respect, which is why I gave you the dagger. The brass blades of the Rose need a leader with honor, and you're the most honorable man I know. 10. Thank you for your help, Sonja. The captain and I will escort Captain Baldwin back to Horizon. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. I wonder what he said. Pray visit me in town when you next return. Alright, let us... I don't see any other side quests that I can pick up, so we will go right back to Horizon. I am gonna take my, my thumbnail, though. Oh, yeah. /flex. Yes, girl. Get it, girl. Sonja, so much has happened. Captain, Baldwin has been arrested and stripped of rank, which means the brass blades of the Rose no longer have a captain. Until a new one is designated, I've been ordered to serve as acting captain of the Horizon Garrison. Though doubtless this is only a temporary arrangement, I'll do my utmost to represent my brethren and protect the people of Horizon. Thank you, Sonja, for your service to the Sultanate. You are a true hero. And I got 5 antidotes for that. I salute you, honored friend. As acting captain, I would be much obliged if you would grant me a personal request. In our efforts to ascertain the full extent of the former captain's corruption, we've been poring over his personal correspondence. Our search unearthed this letter, addressed to a man named Owen. But he's one of the Sultan's sworn elite. I can think of no reason why he would have any dealings with Baldwin. Oh, come on. We now know that the former captain was consorting with a coalition of criminals. Could it be that Owen was, too? This letter may well serve as evidence of their collusion, and so I dare not tamper with it myself. But given the events of recent days, I knew not whom to trust with this information until now. I have chosen you, Sonja. Pray, bear the letter to Mistress Mimodi of the Quicksand, and relate the circumstances of its discovery. Not only is she a staunch supporter of the Sultana, but she's well acquainted with the Sultan Sworn. She will know how best to proceed. Okay, I'm going to do one last check for side quests, and I don't see anything out here, so I will go ahead and hit the return button to go all the way back to Old Da. He's bouncing. I think there's still Black Widow and this, but I do like that he's bouncing now. And I appreciate that he's got a fire out, and these guys have a fire out. This guy kind of looks like Dr. Facilier. A little bit. The color scheme, you know? If he had more purple. If this red was purple, I would immediately point it out to him. But, yeah, I guess Black Widow, elephant's kind of cute. I kind of want an elephant head now so I can match them. Also, after all that complaining about how it rains so much in Gridania and it doesn't rain in Thanolin, it is now raining in Old Da. Irony. Alright, Momodi, what do you got? What do you got?
You lost the voice. I was about to do this.
Sonja, it's been too long. Dad and Ed tells me you've been keeping busy in Horizon. I want you to know that I'm grateful for everything you've done for the people of Old Da. Even though you've seen the seedier. Oh no, what's happening to me? Even though you've seen the seedier side of our city, you've continued to help your fellow man. Believe me, the folk around here love you for it. What is it? You look like you've got something to say. So that's what this is all about. Fufulupa's thinking Owen might have been in league with Baldwin? That this letter could be proof of something shady. Well, he needn't worry. Owen's as loyal a Sultan Sworn as I've ever known. I haven't the foggiest what this says, but... Wait a minute. Wasn't Owen the one who... Oh, hells, I've got a bad feeling about this. Listen, Sonja, I think I know what all this is about, but I need you to swear to keep it quiet. If you'd rather wash your hands of this business, I won't hold it against you. But if you're determined to see it through to the bitter end, say the word, and I'll explain. Amazing. Can I count on your discretion, Sonja? If so, then listen closely. The outside world believes Old Da to be a sultanate, ruled by Sultana Nanamo Ul Namo. Truth is, though, it's the 6 wealthiest citizens that hold the most sway. The Syndicate. Be that as it may, the Sultana still got the support of the people. But she might struggle to keep even that if a certain incident becomes public knowledge. It pains me to say... Oh, look! Alphino and Alize. How cute. Pains me to say it, but Her Grace's crown, the symbol of the royal dynasty, has been stolen. And Owen's the Sultan Sworn who was charged with guarding it that night. I'd bet anything this letter was written by the bastards who made off with the crown. It can't be a coincidence that a man we know to have been fraternizing. Can't be a coincidence that a man we know to have been fraternizing with the thieves had a letter for Owen of all people, at this of all times. You need to take this to the man himself, Sonja. Tell him Momodi sent you, and that it concerns a lost heirloom. If it looks as though the fella needs help, I want you to lend it to him. The future of our fair city may depend on it. Request accepted. And it looks like we must go to the Hustings Strip. But given that it's a rainy day in Ul'dah, and I have been recording for about an hour, I might end this episode right here. So let me get to a good stopping point, maybe over here near the elephants. You know, I feel like that's nice for us. We'll stand right here in between the elephants. Alright guys, that is going to do it for Sonja Sidesash's adventure today. Thank you so much for hanging out. We
There's no goddamn us.
hope that you really enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and just show your support. It's been really fun so far working on this, and I'm glad people are sticking with it. So I hope to see you in our next episode, where we will continue the MSQ-only journey with Ludwig Mescuslot. And the week after, we will jump back into Sonja's gameplay. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time.